Hello, it is June 6th, 2019. It is D-Day. 75 years ago, a large group of heroic men hopped off boats and planes and landed in the waters off the coast of a beach in Normandy, France. Charging the beach, all the while looking like sitting ducks in the water for the opposition to rain down bullets in an attempt to take their souls and continue to heist freedom from the rest of the world. These men knew their fatality was very much an option when they boarded the boats and planes. They very much knew that the family they had left back at home might never see them again. They knew the world we currently know was nowhere near an option if they didn't grab their guns and go and do something about it. These men swam directly in the face of evil and went on to save our world in the process. D-Day is a special day because it represents the peak in humanity, choosing to potentially sacrifice it all while battling the absolute worst in humanity. Take a moment today to think about what the beaches of Normandy truly represent. Just 75 years ago, they were a legit sandy line that was drawn between good and evil. And good fucking won. Goddamn right. Huge thanks to the badasses who have served, are serving, and will serve in the military in the future. You're the absolute greatest. I don't think Happy D-Day is something that should be said, but D-Day is something we should remember as the greatest group of humans willing to sacrifice it all and go ahead and save the world. It's a pretty fucking cool thing, man. Mm-hmm. Very lucky that we were on the right side of that and not the wrong side of that. Hindsight is always 50-50. Cam Newton said that. And to be honest, those beaches in Normandy were a moment in time that should never be forgotten, that should never be underappreciated, because the world that we live in, although not perfect, we do not live in a perfect world. We do not live in a perfect country. There's a lot of things and flaws that happen all around the world, including at home here. But I'll tell you what, that little Normandy beach storm started something that really saved the world from fucking terrible humans doing terrible things to a lot of humans. D-Day is upon us. Let's never forget it. But today, we got a fucking heater for you. Mm-hmm. That is right. June 6, 2019 will be a day that'll be remembered for a podcast that had a conversation with Jeopardy James Holzhauer comes back on the show. Mm-hmm. Chatted with him for about 30 minutes about the disappointing loss on Monday in Jeopardy. A pop culture phenom who took over the game show world came to a devastating loss on Monday night. We talk all about it. People were blaming me for that loss. We got to the bottom of it. Big shout out to James Holzhauer for coming on the show. Also, big shout out to SeatGeek for being the official sponsor of the Pat McAfee Show 2.0. SeatGeek is the greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth and the moon. Studies have shown that if you buy from SeatGeek, you're a smarter individual because SeatGeek does something that nobody else does. They scan all the other ticket buying platforms. They get a little bit nosy, a little bit nebby. What you guys got going on over there? Hey, these tickets are over here as well. What are you selling them for? Oh, you're selling them for that? We're going to sell them for cheaper than that because that's what SeatGeek does. They look out for you, and the ticket that you buy is the ticket that you get. There's no catfish in here. Mm-mm. No Nev Schulman or whatever the fuck his name was. Nope. No Manti Te'o ticket process. What you see is what you get. What you buy is the best because SeatGeek is filled with incredible humans selling elite tickets to majestic humans that are buying them at home. Right now, use promo code PAT, you get $10 off your first order. There's a lot of baseball games. Yeah, go take somebody out to the ball game. Mm-hmm. They have tickets to theater, too. You want to go watch a little play? Go watch a play. How about some comedians? You want to laugh? Hey, make me laugh, funny guy. Use your tickets from SeatGeek because they're the absolute greatest. Right now, use promo code PAT, $10 off your first order. Promo code McAfee, $20 off your first order. Let's have a little self-awareness. If we're not rich yet, let's use McAfee, get $20 off. If we are already doing well, use PAT. $10 off. Big thanks to SeatGeek for being the absolute greatest. Big thanks to the boys for getting in this NFL conversation early on your June 6, 2019. Some NFL news here in the middle of June, which is fantastic. The Patriots and everybody seems to believe, including this guy's agent, that Rob Gronkowski will be back in the NFL next year. Gronkowski has come out, though, and said, not likely. Everybody else is like, he's going to be back. I'm excited to see what happens with Gronk. Gronk and his team put out a statement while they were retiring Well, the first time he was going to retire after it came out that they were thinking about trading him to Detroit. Detroit didn't deserve that. Yeah, no way. Detroit didn't deserve that. His agent and his team put out that Gronk is contemplating pursuing a lucrative acting career and retiring from the game of football. So they put their spin zone before it, like, hey, he's thinking about retiring, and this is what he wants to get into. Plays another year, wins a Super Bowl. We ain't
going nowhere.
Well, it's like, see, like there's another little beat there.
I always forget about that.
We ain't
going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere.
I get it now.
We ain't going nowhere.
Oh, shit.
Anyways.
Hey, time starts tomorrow, Pat.
Selfie videos with Tom Brady. They win the Super Bowl. Looks like he's enjoying football again. He has fun. Obviously has a gigantic catch in the Super Bowl, too, down there by the goal line. Kind of retires, sails off into the sunset, goes on a party bender, celebrating his incredible career, which he should have, because he played football exactly how Gronkowski wanted to play football. He took care of his family. He had a good time. He won, didn't have many off the field problems. He's a good football. In my eyes, Hall of Famer for sure. Completely changed the way football was played whenever he was playing football. He decides to retire, and now everybody's speculating he's going to come back. And in my eyes, as somebody who retired early after Pro Bowl, it's one of those things where that decision isn't just made overnight. Like, that isn't a decision that he's just like wakes up and like, oh, hey, bro, I'm retiring. Like, that's like, I don't think that's how Gronk sounds or talks, but I assume that is the stereotypical thought of how Gronk would sound. I think this was a very much a meticulated conversation he had with his team and his people, and I think this is something he's really enjoyed. And I bet you he's sick of his back getting beat up. Oh, yeah. And I think he's got a lot of money and probably a lot of opportunities because of how big Gronk is in the name and as a human. I don't think there's a chance Gronk comes back and plays football this year. I don't think he plays football ever again.
I think it's just funny and might be a little telling that I think the Patriots might just be putting this out in the air because the two dudes who they signed to replace Gronk, Ben Watson got suspended for PEDs, and then they just cut Austin Severian Jenkins, so they really don't have a tight end right now. So I think the Patriots are just kind of putting it out there in the air to see if it stirs something.
Yeah, there's no problem.
Hey, work for Dallas.
We have a retired tight end that's going to come back. That is funny to think about, though, that like in their head, they're like, all right, this guy's out 4 games. Fucking A. He's supposed to be the super religious guy. How's he get suspended? By the way, I read his comment. He took stuff whenever he was retired, didn't know he was going to come back. Pop took the test while he was retired. Interesting that, I don't know, it's just an interesting situation. Because if I'm retired, I'm literally going to tell you. Yeah. I think it actually happened. Yeah. Like, no, I had to, as soon as I made my announcement, it made some news. I got actually a direct contact reach out from the NFL testing. They're like, are you really retiring? I was like, yeah. They're like, it's on Comedy Central. Good luck with everything. Thank you. And they took me out of the testing thing, right? So Watson, whenever he said he was retired, then they tested him. That's interesting because for me, they actually reached out to me and were like, are you retired? Yeah, we'll take you off the list. They must not have done that for Watson.
Or do you think he was like, I think so, but I'm not sure. And they're like, well, we're going to leave you in.
I don't know. It's interesting, though. It is very interesting to think about it all. And the Patriots signed him knowing he was going to have that 4-game suspension, I'd assume, right?
You would think.
I would assume that he mentioned it.
Teams know everything, right?
Well, teams seem to know everything. And also,
especially them.
Benjamin Watson's supposed to be a guy who's like very nice and everything about him is like he's supposed to be
a long time.
Professional.
Yeah, so I would assume he would tell them like, hey, there's a chance that if I do come back, I'm getting suspended. But not a big deal, by the way. Still got 12 games with him. Yeah. That's okay. But it is not a bad theory to think that the Patriots are just like sending out a bird call basically to Gronk. Like, hey, pretty fucked right now. Like, hey, maybe a little bit more out of you. Get you out of a boat for 4 weeks, maybe.
I think they're still going to be okay, but obviously Gronk would help.
They're going to be so good. I often wonder how the other wide receivers feel about not getting invited to Tom Brady's backyard.
I would feel very, very left out.
Like Dorsett had an incredible run there in the playoffs. He's friend. We're friends. I'd say we're friendly. Like we never hung out, but we were on the same team together for a while. We talked for a while. We're friends. Had an incredible run. I was so happy for him in the playoffs and Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. And then I'm watching these training videos, and it's like it's Julian Edelman, Jules, and Kill Harry, and Tom Brady, and I'm like, oh, Phil, like, hey. Get your fucking ass to that backyard, Phil. I want to send him a DM like, hey, Dorsett, run your little fucking 4-2 ass right over to Tom Brady's back fucking yard. That is interesting to hear who gets invited, who doesn't.
Brady, he didn't get invited because he was a first rounder and Brady was a sixth. So he's like, fuck that guy. And he was really a fourth round. He should have been a fourth rounder.
Do you think maybe because there's never ever a situation where Tom's like, hey, do you want to come work out? And he's like, no, I got this thing going on down in Miami. I'm going to work out with my trainer. Like,
never
you
in
go
a
work out
million
with Tom.
years. If you're starting quarterback and you're a wide receiver, wide receivers are always politicking for more balls.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I mean, it's just the way it goes. Oh, can I get you this? Can I get you that? Can I do that? If there's a chance to do something with a quarterback that you could potentially get your hands on the ball a lot more, people are going to sign up for that 10 times out of 10 there, 10 times out of 10. I'm impressed by the way Tom Brady, though, is just continuing to just build and build. He's a social media monster now. He's fucking just crushing everything. He's got that left knee sleeve. That should make some people a little worried, a little hesitant. And he said, I treat my first like my last and my last like my first as a caption to his thing. So everybody's like, wait, this is his last. This is his last. Is this his last go? I have no idea. Greatest quarterback of all time,
I
though.
hope it's his last go.
Just for the sake of the NFL.
Yep, for everyone. For all other 31
so
fan
they'll
bases.
stop being awesome.
They are so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
What if they just
No
come
matter
out?
what,
What if they just come out and shit the bed? What if it's like a 1 in 15 year with Tom Brady
be
behind
so sweet.
at quarterback?
That'd be
I
awesome.
love it.
It would never happen.
I would be cool with them winning the next Super Bowl if Tom then came out the next season and had a 1 in 15 season instead of riding off in the sunlight into the sun. I would rather them win a Super Bowl and then him go 1 in 15 rather than them go to like the AFC Championship and then he's done or something like that.
Well, I don't think he would be done if they have a bad season, which I wanted to make sure everybody's listening. In no way am I thinking the Patriots are going to have a bad season. It's just not going to happen. I think there's going to be a lot of other great teams. I think the Indianapolis Colts are going to have an incredible season. I'm excited to see if they can go up against New England and get a big win there. Just re-signed Rigoberto Sanchez to a new deal. Congrats to him on getting the bag. Very happy for him, man. They signed Jeff Locke to take my spot. They brought him in as an undrafted guy, and all he did was work his ass off and punk Locke out of a fucking job. I like Rigoberto Sanchez a lot. I'm happy for him. But I mean, there's a lot of teams that could be really good. The Pittsburgh Steelers have this eerie silence about them right now. Nobody's really talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers because all their drama is gone. But they have a young, hungry team that seems to like each other. They seem to like each other. And in the world of football, liking each other goes a long way. And the Steelers are a winning organization. But they could go to complete shit, too. I mean, everything could happen there. The Dolphins... Dolphins are Dolphins. Buffalo Bills are the Buffalo Bills. The Jets might be a great football team. Adam Gase running general manager and head coach over there. But other than that, it seems like it's going to be the Patriots and Colts in the AFC. Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
but without
they're going to regress.
And your Cleveland Browns.
Oh, and the Brownies. I completely forgot about my Cleveland Browns. They look really good, too, by the way. Odell's running great routes right now. Threw a little tutter to him right down the seam there. Baker Mayfield's going to be a magician this year. I'm excited. We interrupt this incredible conversation about foosball in June to tell you that this Father's Day, Tommy John is reminding you that their quick draw fly saves guys 217 minutes of unnecessary fumbling per year. Wow. Jeez. It's a fact, Jack. Even if your name's not Jack. It's a fucking fact. So instead of fly fishing in the bathroom, trying to figure out how to get it out, Dad can spend more time out on the water. Whether it's your father, brother, or husband, give the gift of life-changing comfort this Father's Day with Tommy John. Tommy John's lightweight, breathable underwear in limited edition outdoorsy prints and colors are perfect for everything from fishing trips to weekend getaways. Plus, for guys more likely to recline than cast a line, they've created exclusive Father's Day gift sets featuring loungewear, apparel, and additional underwear styles so comfortable he won't believe it. Their underwear legs never ride up. The waistband never rolls down. And you'll never get a wedgie. Guaranteed. But did you also know you're covered for everything else? All Tommy John is backed by the best pair you ever wear. It's free guarantee. If he doesn't love his first item, you'll get a full refund. Are you kidding me?
It's incredible.
That's a win-win in the gift-giving business because they like it, they keep it, they don't love it, no big deal, no harm, no foul. If it's not the best pair you'll ever wear or it's free guarantee, send them on back. Make sure you grab your gifts early. Their limited edition collections are sure to sell out soon. I got camo ones. They feel good. They look good. I'm excited to put them on. Tommy John, no adjustment needed. Go to TommyJohn.com/Pat for 20% off your first order. Plus, find out how you can get a free expedited shipping and guaranteed Father's Day delivery on orders placed by June 12th. That's TommyJohn.com/Pat for 20% off. TommyJohn.com/Pat, 20% off. Shout out to Tommy John. Shout out to you for still listening to the show. We're about to get good. I can't wait for the fucking NFL. It just hit me now. I was about to run through all 32 teams right there in my head. And I just can't wait for the NFL to get started.
So, it just hit you. Like, it hit me 2 days ago. I just put out a tweet. I miss football. Like, and right before I sent that, I was like, this is how many days. This is the mark. This is the point in time after the season that I officially can't go any longer.
So in the NFL, there's like a rookie wall you hit. Week 11 or something like that. It's like week 11 to week 14. You're just you just hit a wall. That's what we're at right now as fans. Like, I am at the point where I'm like, okay, it's within reach. Training camp is within reach, but there's nothing really near forward or back when it comes to football. The only thing we can talk about is speculative stories, just like Phil Simms coming out and saying that he thinks the NFL players would gladly accept an 18-game schedule this upcoming year, which is an interesting statement to make as a guy who's been out of the league for 45 years. I think Phil Simms does good on TV. I think all that stuff, but I think he's very off here. I've always said this when it comes to the number of games thing for the NFL, which is always going to be a topic of discussion because there's so much money on the line, both TV-wise, stadium revenue. You're talking about everything. There is so much money on the line for adding games because you're adding a concert. You're adding a whole nother concert for the band to perform at. And it's not just a concert that's live in person in front of 70,000 people, sold out, guaranteed for sure. It's also being streamed to millions of people paying millions of dollars for this whole thing. I mean, it is a massive financial decision to add a game or lose a game. I've always said this, let's meet in the middle. Let's make it 17 games. Let's add a bye week. So it is officially 19 weeks. So it's 2 bye weeks, 17 games. Get rid of a preseason game or 2 so that you have 2 real preseason games. That third preseason game, treat it like it's the AAFL, treat it like it's the XFL. It's just tryout guys, bubble guys anyways. Give them that game, but make sure fans know that this is going to be basically a fucking scrimmage between players that aren't going to make this team or special teamers. Add a bye week, have 17 games, and let's just fucking keep it moving going forward. Let's in proportion add to the salary of everybody, so you literally take no money out of anybody's pocket for another performance. Pay them for the bye week as well, and just keep it moving. Then we add an extra game. It's not 18, which is what the NFL wants. It doesn't stay at 16, which is what the players want, but it's a nice win-win for everybody. As fans, we get an extra game. We get an extra week of football, 2 extra weeks of football. We get an extra opportunity to watch our team blow it or win it. And I think it makes everything much different whenever it comes to when people start trying or not trying and drafting and all that shit. Might change the game of football a bit too if you're adding extra weeks because people can't run as well at the end of the season. So it might be changing rules, might be doing a lot of things, but it's a lot more money to be made, and I think it's the right move.
I offered you this position. You can take DeMaurice Smith's position or Goodell's. Which way are you going right now? Pat, you're handpicked. You're going to succeed one of these two.
Goodell.
You'll do Goodell?
I'd rather be Goodell than DeMaurice Smith, mostly because of this. At the end, Goodell is the one that's in charge. I think there should be somebody much better than DeMaurice Smith, but if you're giving me the head of the NFL Players Association or the head of the NFL, one gets paid $40 million a year, one gets paid $5 million a year, which is still outlandish that happens. But I would much rather be Goodell. But I wouldn't.
You couldn't though. I mean, because you'd have the player mentality and taking care of your boys, and the Billionaire Boys Club is like, hey, we need some more hay in the barn.
Yeah, but bro, I honestly think it's a business, man, and for a business, hey. Sometimes you got to scratch somebody else's back. Too far, it's been we're at odds. Everything's a war. You want to up the THC level? Okay, well, we're going to need to have Roger Goodell make every single decision without any conversation. It's is that really what we have to do? Can we not just do this and then do this? Have a little good faith in each other that we need each other here. We're all making too much money. Let's just keep it moving forward. The league's the best league on earth. Nobody's going to leave us. Our diehard fans, no matter what happens, they're going to watch. People are going to buy merch. The game is going to hold up for itself no matter what. Let's just get into a good business relationship here so that everybody's happy. Everybody's moving forward. Yes, some people are going to get fucked. Some people are going to get overpaid. But in the end, if we're doing business together, I think that's how it should be. Honestly, I think that's how it should be. And I've said that on numerous occasions in NFLPA meetings. Like, hey, wait, do we ever just do business? Like, it feels like everything you guys are talking about
Actually
is like,
negotiate.
like, we're going to war. We're going to war. It's like, do you tell them that? Like, when we're going in to meet with them? Because if I'm going in to meet with Zito about Zito's contract, and Zito literally is telling everybody before coming into me, like, I'm about to go to war with Pat. Like, how the fuck do you think I'm going to act?
Very negative start.
Everything is just like, oh, are we keeping score here? Is this war? Because if that's the case, I am going to beat you. That is just the way it goes. And I think that has been lost over the last decade or so, probably because there's so much money on the line and there's a lot of greed that gets involved. But man, it would be cool to be able to have the NFL and the NFLPA be able to like actually chat. Like, hey man, like weed is not that big of a deal. It's a lot better than the painkillers that we've been getting. Can we just take that off and let's figure out something we can give you on the backside? Maybe another hour of practice, like in off season. Like, let's figure something out here so we can make a deal. Or you can just give it up to us, by the way, good faith, just being good people, and let's just move forward. It's just that has seemed to be lost because didn't Roger Goodell put a number that he wanted to make? He put a number on. He said, like, I want to make this amount of money, like a bottom line. He said, I want to make this for you guys. And that has kind of shaped every decision he's made. Like, everything is for the dollar. Everything is for the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
This is all for the money.
See, if I was the union, I think I'd push harder for
Players Association.
Players Association. Excuse me. I would push harder for the guaranteed money. And I would say,
Yes.
we'll play your 18 games, but you guarantee every single contract these guys sign.
18 games will not happen. 18 games will not happen. 17 with another bye week, I think, is very.
But would you do it if it was if every contract was guaranteed?
I just don't think guys' bodies would be able to. Like, I think it's just a far-fetched conversation. Just because whenever you get to playoffs, anyways, guys are running on fucking
Fumes.
Busted everything. You know what I mean?
Just nothing left.
I just don't think it's I don't think it's good for the game either. I don't think it's good for the product of football, which is what you should really care about in the end anyways. If you're really worrying about business, you should worry about the quality of the product on the field. I don't think 18 will ever happen. 17 with another bye week, though, seems like the perfect answer, and I honestly hope that that's what it ends up being. Everybody get more money. Everybody gets more money. Everybody gets more money, get another bye week, too. I mean, it's just like, it's a really cool. I think that would be a good start.
As a fan, we're cool with 2 bye weeks too. I love a good bye week because then you get to watch every other game and don't have to worry about your own team and what's going on with that day. I love the fucking.
Mathematically, though, how do you give each team 2 bye weeks by just adding one more week to the schedule?
No, you had 2 weeks. You
Yeah,
add
2
another
weeks.
game, but it's another bye week as well. So it would be a 19-week season.
Oh, but you would play 17 games.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
16.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they would have to. Obviously, there would be those schedule makers are insane too.
Oh, yeah.
My last
could do it, though.
my last year as a Colt, my last year in the league, we went to training camp early because we were in the Hall of Fame game. We were in London. We played on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and something else. It was the worst fucking. It was the worst schedule. Looking at it, I was just going for it. I'm like, oh, we're literally every single holiday, which is awesome, by the way. That means prime time. We got to travel to London, and we got an extra 10 days of training camp. This is awesome. Can't wait. Let's fucking go to
Oh,
work.
speaking of training camp, so I was looking at the schedule for training camps this year. There's teams like starting like middle of July. Like, when did that fucking start?
Don't you always get extra time if you have a new rookie head
Yeah.
coach? If you have a rookie head coach, you get extra time, both the OTAs and
like
the
the middle
training
of July
camp.
is it always? I feel like that's early.
In my head too, by the way, the rookies get an extra week too.
Yeah.
You get an extra week with the rookies before the vets get there. I don't know how much longer you want them there. I mean, this is very much a player's view, but I mean, how long do you want me staying at Anderson University? Is that going to make me a better football player? I do enjoy, and I've come around on this. I was very against it there for a while when I saw a bunch of other teams. They were having their training camps at home and people were sleeping at their houses and shit. There is something to be said about going to a place, the camaraderie that gets built up whenever you're away from your family, you're away from your kids, you're away from everything. You're just in it together and you're living in these shitty ass dorms and you're going to public bathrooms and you're eating the same food every day and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're working out together. There is something to be said about forming a bond that can't be formed in the comforts
Makes
of your
sense,
own
yeah.
home. So I don't mind it that much, the whole travel and get away thing. I was very against it until an older teammate of mine who had like 4 kids was like, I love it. He's like, man, I get 3 weeks away from my kids and I get to sleep. I get to hang out with the boys every night. I get to.
I was gonna say you could do 2 weeks. You could do 2 weeks and then go back.
Well,
to
it's one of those
normal.
buzzwords, right? You eliminate, quote unquote, distractions. You have everyone focused.
Yeah, but what about all the methods outside looking for autographs? Aren't they a distraction?
That was tough living in Anderson. That's what I'm laughing at, dude.
This is such
I
a
went up to your
hellhole.
room there one time. I'm like, man, I am jetting home right after this. Going to my California Kings. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I got this fucking little tiny little queen bed. I got a chance to move up the ladder pretty quickly though. When they cut everybody, so when they cut everybody, Peyton Manning to be included in that list of people that were cut, I got moved down the dorm. So like the higher up you are, the younger you are. So like in the attic, basically, you're the rookie. It's like this terrible fucking dorm. I was never up there because my rookie year we were in Terre Haute, a different place. It was pretty nice, but boy, it was tough. Then like you kind of move down, and like the second floor is like the younger vets though, like 3 years, 4 years in, and then they just cut everybody on the team. So all of a sudden, I became a guy that had a lot of years there. So I know that there was a discussion like we have to put Pat on the bottom floor. Like we don't want to, but we have to. They gave me the room right outside of the living room area, like the congregate area. The loudest room for sure. I absolutely loved it. It was just like it was almost like it was an extension of the lobby was my room. I had a recliner in there, I had a fucking TV in there. People would just come in, hang out. I had a blast with it. All the OGs are in
Probably why they put you there.
They're in the basement. The OGs are in the basement though. They got like fucking suites down there. Like
we did that tour Pat McAfee's dorm room. Remember that thing where I knock and you're like, hello.
Yeah, here's my bed. And,
here's a fridge. Here's a chair.
And that's Anderson University. No, my room, though, got better. I went to the Rena Center and got a camouflage recliner. That thing was a hit with the boys. Kind of like a 70-inch flat screen. It was awesome.
Yeah, Rena Center, veteran move.
Veteran move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nobody told me about it, though. I had to kind of figure it out myself. I'd walk into people's rooms that hadn't been on the team as long as me. Like, how the fuck did you get this TV? They're like, oh, Rena Center, man. Didn't blah, blah, blah give you the number? I'm like, no, I fucking hate that person. It's like my fourth training camp. What are we doing here?
Can you explain to Zito how Rena Center works?
So Rent a Center, you just go in there and you rent it, and it's an entire center of.
I've been around center before.
Don't mean well. You asked me like 2 weeks. What? So what? You just rent stuff?
Yeah, I figured out that day.
All right, let's sound out the name of the company.
Rent a Center.
All right. So what did you possibly think was happening in that store?
I actually had no idea. I thought it was just a store with a clever name. Kind of like those
But like you didn't.
What, God, Cinnabon?
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is a very clever name.
very clever.
Chick-fil-A is a very clever name. Also, I learned that the one in the mall downtown Indianapolis that is not profiting at all, that entire mall is not profiting at all, except for their food court. I guess the Chick-fil-A is one of the top grossing Chick-fil-A's in all of the country here in downtown Indianapolis.
Powered by Chick-fil-A.
It's literally keeping the entire mall open.
Every Chick-fil-A is the top Chick-fil-A, dude. Have you ever
Crush
gone to a
it.
Chick-fil-A and no one's been there?
Dude, it's incredible. And you can't just buy one, by the way. You have to work there before you can franchise one. Because obviously, as soon as they start popping up, I'm like Jordan Belfort, like, yo, hey, how do we get a Chick-fil-A? Can we not just buy a franchise, a Chick-fil-A franchise? How about a McDonald's franchise? How do I buy these things? They're like, well, McDonald's, you go on a waiting list. That's very tough to get. And Chick-fil-A, you have to work at it for 2 years. I'm like, fuck me. I'm not making a waffle fries for 2 years. I'm like, well, maybe it's not a bad investment, by the way.
That's why the product is so good, though. I think Chick-fil-A
Yeah, it's so good.
across the board is more consistent than any other restaurant.
And their
It is.
customer
The
service.
customer service now is what's
top
such a-
notch.
Dude, the
God,
line,
the best.
the line may be all the way to the street, but it moves so quickly.
You know
Those
what?
kids out there with iPads are washing the wheels on your car,
Sweating.
They'll do your taxes.
Whoever's figuring out how the line works at Chick-fil-A should go up to fucking Everest and figure out that situation.
No.
I think that's the only person who would figure it out.
I don't think you could just iPad the Everest.
You should have had your brother Jay working at Chick-fil-A like
Yep.
4 years ago, and then just give him the money, buy it. He's the shadow puppet for you.
Boom.
You're
Just like
running
you
a
want
franchise.
people to get your doctorate
It's not
for
too
you.
late.
That's
We
what you
can
should-
still do it. We can still do it right now.
Jay!
Is Jay here?
Should be.
Yeah.
He should get a resume ready right now. Work his way up to assistant manager.
He left.
Not manager material.
Fire day one.
It's unbelievable.
Not a good look.
I love Jay, but I don't know that he would.
He worked in the food business for a
I
long
know,
time.
but that staff, like Todd was saying, they're just like, hello, God, what a beautiful day. Jesus
Not
loves
a
you, and we have
communicator.
great food.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah, he's
and
gotta
Jay
pay
would,
his dues
I know,
to
but Jay
become
would
a
be like, what the
franchise
fuck do you want?
Take it easy on the Chick-fil-A slander. They're not saying Jesus loves you.
No, but I'm just saying that,
They are an upbeat bunch, though. It's like a cult almost.
Oh, yeah.
It's an incredible one. They do it right. And the fact that they've stayed committed to the closed on Sundays thing.
I know.
Knowing that they could probably make another
my God.
fucking 50 to 100 million probably per state.
how many people think about Chick-fil-A on Sunday?
Every time.
See?
Every time you want to go to it,
See?
it's a
That's
Sunday.
why. That's why, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also, I was thinking they could do very well on the after church crowd. I think.
Oh.
those chicken
With
biscuits.
the play place, too?
Yeah.
Those
Hey,
big
go
chicken
get
minis.
your dressing knickers on.
The little chicken biscuits,
Yeah,
man.
they're
on a-
incredible.
Chicken minis.
I
Chicken
That's what they're called.
I like Chick-fil-A a lot. I don't mind the closed on Sunday. I like it. It's just like Yingling wasn't available everywhere, and it became like this mystique thing. Like, oh, I want Yingling. It's like Poppy Van Winkle. They only make a certain amount of it, the whiskey, and everybody wants it. It's like McDonald's breakfast, right? They want to all day. Has that helped them or hurt them, you think?
Kind of
Heard them.
Dude, do you know what it is now?
I'll order an Egg McMuffin, though, at fucking 10 p.m. and not even blink an eye.
Oh, yeah.
I want to let it be known.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard what they've done recently?
What? This sounds serious.
So one of my girlfriend's friends went to go on Saturday to get lunch, obviously what's it called, a McChicken at 11:30. They don't start serving lunch until noon now. Like you can't go at 11:30 and get a fucking McChicken.
Yeah.
if you
Can't
want.
get fries.
You can't get
before
fries
noon either.
before fucking noon.
What are you talking about? They
Yep.
spin zoned it?
McDonald's.
McDonald's, I can't get a McChicken at 11 a.m., but I can get an Egg McMuffin at 11:30 p.m.?
Correct. They're ass backwards right now.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Whatever they want. They just do whatever they want.
They're winning.
Thanks, Ray.
And we just sit there and take it.
I get hungry for lunch at 11 a.m. Like I'm not waiting until noon for fucking lunch.
I don't know if that's a normal thing for me to get hungry for lunch either, but if I want a fucking McChicken and it's near sunlight has been up for a little
Correct.
bit, if the sun is almost directly overhead, I should be able to have a McChicken.
I agree.
It's a wild.
I don't know why both options aren't available.
Always.
Why can't they
How hard could it
coexist?
be?
How
Why
hard could
can't
it
they
be?
coexist?
We're signing petitions for the wrong shit.
Yep.
People
I know,
complain about
right?
game. Write a petition to McDonald's to get
Exactly.
lunch back before noon.
Or no, have both options full time.
Yeah, 24/7
All
of
day.
them. I mean, why close?
There, take it to a poll. If you're listening right now, I would like you to tweet us at Pat McAfee Show, at Todd McComas, at Diggs with a Z, at Nick Morado, at Hey Gorman, at Viva Lazito, at Ty Schmidt, at Evan Foxy, and tell us if you think McDonald's is doing it right or wrong. You can't get a McChicken sandwich at 11 o'clock.
Come on.
It's communism.
What are we doing here?
It is communism. It took down Venezuela, by the way.
Take it easy.
Fascist.
Take
It's
it
going to happen
easy.
here.
It's going to happen here. This is the beginning of the end.
Wise up, America.
Hey, you guys saw, speaking of take it easy.
McDonald's starts forcing people to eat lunch after noon.
Come on.
What's next, bro?
What's
What's
next?
next? I'm sorry, Gorman Sports Network. What were you going to say?
No, it was actually a CBD/marijuana update, but I just read Take It Easy. That's a cannabis distributor comes to your door place. It's called Ease.
How's it spelled?
EAZE.
They deliver it?
Ease. It's a cannabis delivery thing. I don't know what state it is in, but I saw it on social media
I like
today.
the name. It sounds like
Ease.
ease.
Yeah.
That sounds like ease.
Or easy.
Oh, it may be easy, but I saw it and read it as
Take it easy.
Ease.
maybe we start one called Take It Easy.
Take it easy.
What didn't that one guy start a stupid Starbucks or something like that across the street?
Yeah. I love
What was the law that protects them?
Dumb Starbucks.
Parody law.
Dumb
There it is.
Starbucks, yeah. I hope they get Ease in Indiana soon. Ease.
Take it easy.
Speaking of Take It Easy, a lot of people are blaming me for this fucking Jeopardy James thing, man. I was taking a lot of heat after Monday night's episode of him
After you.
losing. So we sat down and talked to the man himself, straight to the horse's mouth. You're going to be interested to hear what he said. It might have been my fault. Who knows? Before we get to the greatest game show player in modern history, before we get to friend of the show, Jeopardy James, before we get to professional sports gambler James, I want to tell you about something that is truly awesome. It's actually a box of awesome. Bespoke Post has a box of awesome that delivers at your doorstep and gives you gifts that you would never think about buying yourself, but once you get them, you go, bingo! With their Box of Awesome, Bespoke Post sends guys only the best stuff every month. They test everything in the Box of Awesome themselves, from style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear. Every product gets put through the ringer before it gets put inside a monthly Box of Awesome. Everything's tried and true, Foxy.
Tested.
To get started, take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. It's a quick one. Your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. Each box costs only $45, but has over $70 worth of gear inside guaranteed. Hello, $25 being made in the green already before it even gets started. And right now you get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Heartland at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Heartland for 20% off your first box. They've sent me so much cool shit, it's hard to keep track. Just know that it's scattered throughout the office, and it makes my day every single time. These are things that I would never buy myself because I don't have a lot of time to go shopping. And also, I would never be able to find these things because they search the world for cool shit, send them to you. It's like a little Christmas gift to yourself every single month from your friends at Bespoke Post. Boxofawesome.com, code Heartland, 20% off your first box, and you'll thank me later. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us again is a friend of the show, a man that took the world by storm with his incredible brain. He had 32 wins on Jeopardy just here recently until Monday night loss. Alex Trebek called him the most electric human he's ever seen in his entire life. Off the record. Ladies and gentlemen, Vegas Golden Knights fan, professional sports gambler, trivial wizard, Jeopardy James Holzhauer. Just last week, you did the greatest billionaire walk I've ever seen in my life in honor of my fake punt dance. Now you say that you have Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, the bad guy.
Yeah, I think this one was when you pinned someone inside the 5-yard line or something. You did a little, wave to the crowd, and then... I'm out of frame. Let me do this again.
Monday night, James. The world watched the ending of an era, the Jeopardy James era on Jeopardy. You knew it was coming, and when you talked to us, I got no hint of that at all. Has the Jeopardy people thanked you for your incredible ability to not give away the story before whoever leaked the footage?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure that people listen to the Pat McAfee show, but if they do, they probably gave me a little salute for that.
Well, if the Jeopardy people should listen, they should pick it up. You have obviously known for a while now that was coming. Was it hard not to give that away in interviews with us or anything like that?
I think in general the whole time is, unless I got tripped up on something, I thought if it was a fun surprise to spring on everyone, just exactly how long it's going to go. Too bad the New York Post decided they needed to leak the results a day early, but what can you do?
Is that who it was? It was the New York Post? Because the Jeopardy people said something along the lines, they used the word very, very, very appropriate action towards the person that they think leaked it. Do you have any idea, or are you a part of those discussions about how pissed off Jeopardy was?
No, not really, but I think that what happened is there were some videos circulating like as early as Friday night on the internet, but there were just 5 people sharing it on Twitter. But then once the mainstream media source picked up on it, everyone was going to find out.
Oh my God! When you look back on your time on Jeopardy, how do you view it? As a positive one, as one that you're happy that happened, or one that you're happy that's over?
Gosh, it would be pretty snarky to say it was not a good experience overall. No, I mean, I knew it had to end sometime, and I think if it had to end, it ended about as well as it could have. I didn't beat myself with a silly mistake. I just lost to a great player playing a great game. Can't ask for much more than that.
So a lot of people, there was conspiracy theories flying because watching you, here's some actual stats. over your run, 32 wins, 33 shows, 1,160 correct answers to 36 incorrect responses. Your touchdown to turnover ratio
Pretty big.
is legendary. So whenever somebody sees you stumble or lose, you can see how a lot of us go, well, there's no way that guy would lose just by losing. Like something had to be up. I'm assuming you heard about a lot of these conspiracy theories?
Oh, yeah, they're all great. I mean, if I'm going to throw a game, am I going to do it in a game where I get no questions correct? And, it's all very silly. But, I mean, your listeners are sports fans. Sports fans know upsets happen, right? Buster Douglas happens. The 08 New York Giants happen. These, no team wins forever, and streaks happen. But, really, if you look back at the streak, I played great, of course, but there were so many games where one break could have gone against me, and that cost me the game. And, nothing really went my way this time.
Andy Ruiz Jr. knocked out Anthony Joshua on Saturday night. Okay? Everybody's like, upset of the century. Upset of the century. This guy knocks out Anthony Joshua. Then on Monday, a librarian takes out James Holzhauer. The world was just hit with a two-piece of upsets that they could have never expected in history. You have to understand that. What's next for you?
I guess no one can blame you for the McAfee curse since this episode was already in the can. But,
That's right. That is right.
James, I wasn't going to try to ask you about that. I was just going to kind of let that fly, but I am very thankful that you came out, got ahead of that for me, and said that this is no way my fault at all for you losing that game.
You want to repeat that just in case anyone didn't hear it?
I appreciate you, man. It means a lot. That's making me feel a lot better about my thoughts on things now. I can continue back running with and betting on myself heavily because, goddamn, this McAfee curse was a real thing for a long time, James. It was a real thing. I was starting to get to the Drake records, but we've turned it around now. We've turned it around, which I'm pretty excited about. Speaking of turning things around.
See, that Drake thing was just a joke. He didn't actually show up to Jeopardy. I actually talked to you. So.
Wait, James, I don't need you flip-flopping like that, man. I don't need you. Your Twitter game has gotten incredible, by the way. I very much have enjoyed what you've been doing. Have you been enjoying the social media life and becoming a little bit of a famous man now on the internet?
Yeah, it has been better than I thought it would be, I guess I would say. I mean, still time for the other shoe to drop, but no, it's going good.
You're funny on there too. Very clever man. I think that's not something that everybody has. I think you should sit back and enjoy the shit out of the social media run you're going to have.
Well, hey, I know a guy who transitioned into a second career as a media personality and stand-up comic. Maybe I'll take some tips from him.
Now we're talking. I can write you a bunch of notes. What are you going to do next? What's up? I know you got a couple $1 million coming to you in the next 4 months, allegedly, your exact quote. They said they're going to expedite it for you, which is awesome because you've done so much for the show. But what is next? Are you going to take some time off? Are you going to be getting prepared for the big fall football season so you can go take down some more sports books? What is the plan for James Holzhauer?
Well, good news for my bankroll. They actually paid me this week just so they could get some publicity shots of me receiving the check. So,
Was it a big check?
Was it a big check? Yeah. Did they give you a briefcase? What was it?
Yeah, it was a whole briefcase. I've no comment on how money gets passed around in Vegas, but no, it was one big check.
Well, congratulations on that. I'm excited for you and your family to get to enjoy your brain's treasures a little bit. What are you going to get into next? Are you going to take some time off? Are you going to get back into the gambling? Got a big Game 3 coming up tonight. NBA Finals, NHL, Stanley Cup Finals happening right now. Are you going to go dip your toes in that water now that you have a little bit larger bank account to be playing with some fun coupons? What's the plan for James Holzhauer?
For now, I'm still comfortable taking some time off work. I think maybe even until football season rolls around. There's, other than baseball, there's not a lot to bet on right now, and I'm rather enjoying taking it easy. There's been a lot of media requests this week that I had to sift through, and I kind of had to tell him I'm already seeing someone. He's a punter.
I appreciate you doing that.
No, but I would say plan A is just to resume gambling as normal in the fall. But there's some really, really interesting stuff coming into the inbox now. So I'd be a fool not to at least consider stuff. People talk about me going on another game show. Jeopardy still owns my rights until the Tournament of Champions that I'm on finishes airing, and I think maybe even for a while beyond that. So it could be a while on that. But if you wouldn't be too surprised to see me on TV or and on a website, sports related in some capacity.
Action Network swinging for the fences with you. They've already put 2 and 2 together there. You don't have to say anything. Pat McAfee says that's not James Holzhauer saying anything. That's so intriguing to me that Jeopardy owns your rights, because when you go on like America's Got Talent, they own like your rights. American Idol, they own your rights. The Voice, the same type of thing. It's intriguing to think that Jeopardy knows that a potential James Holzhauer can come, and they don't just want you just to go pivot to another place and make money off it. Is that kind of what the Jeopardy rights thing is? Like, you can't go play trivia nights at restaurants right now, or what are the rules there?
I don't think it extends quite that far. You know what I think is funny though is that the rules seem to only be written for trivia show contestants. So I can't go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but I asked them, hey, can I go run on American Ninja Warrior? Can I go receive a championship belt on a pro wrestling show if they invite me to do that? And they said yes to both of those. So it's only I think they've never fielded these questions before.
Okay, so anything I don't have to use my brain for. Got it. All right, you got it. Tournament of Champions. You got to feel pretty good going into that. Is that all the OGs of Jeopardy? Like Ken will be there and all of them will be there, and it's finally your time to prove where you rank amongst all the other contestants? Or are you just excited to kind of meet them all, chat with them all, and kind of up your trivia knowledge a bit?
They haven't told me anything yet, but what I would expect is it'll just be the normal Tournament of Champions where they invite the 15 best contestants from the past couple of years. And then if they decide they need to do some kind of super tournament with me facing Ken or whoever, then that would, I think, be a separate deal. But, not a whole lot of information has come in yet. I can't spoil anything for you, sorry.
Well, we do know you were very good at the act of not telling anybody anything, because that last show, I thought you were on for at least another 4 months, honestly, after talking to you the last time. Also in that last show, I learned what Watson was. I had no idea what a Watson was.
That was great.
James. You said, though, that they swiped Watson a little bit clean, so he or she, I guess, doesn't know everything anymore. So is the ultimate Jeopardy battle now you and Ken? Is that what everybody is looking forward to? Is that the heavyweight fight? Is that what literally everybody's looking forward to in the trivia world?
Yeah, I guess you would say so. I think it's funny, though, is the leading money winner on Jeopardy is not me or Ken. It's a guy named Brad Rutter who's won, I think it's 5 super tournaments they've put him in, and he's never lost to anyone except Watson, the computer. So, the obvious play would be to have just me facing Brad and Ken for, I don't know what kind of prize pool or whatever, but maybe they want to spin it into a bigger thing. Who knows? I don't produce TV shows. They might have grander plans than that.
James, maybe you, Ken, and that other guy that has the most money, $5 million prize to the winner, $3 million prize to the second place, and then like a nice $1.5 million to the third place, just to say thanks to you guys. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us would probably do it for a tenth of that money, but if they want to add another zero on the end, I'm not going to complain.
Well, James, I appreciate you, man. Whenever I saw you lose, I was legitimately heartbroken. A part of my nights that I've become so accustomed to was about to change. Although Emma's great, I think she's probably going to have a good run. I am very excited to see what you do next, especially with the way the sports gambling media is starting to come in so strong, and you're one of the faces of it. I can't wait to see what you do next.
I guess it was hard for me to hold in the secret one time when I kept meeting people around town who would shake my hand and say, "Oh, thank you. Thanks to Jeopardy and you, I finally have something to talk about with my wife over dinner." Or finally, when I talked to my mom over dinner, I got something to chat about. And I'm like, "Oh man, 1 week from now, you're going to have to start asking how her day was."
It is a nice distraction, man. Just watch the smart guy on the far left up here of these three. He's just going to answer every fucking question. Did you know this 1,160 correct clues to 36 incorrect clues stat before I read it to you today?
I can't say I knew the exact numbers, but I figured they'd be in that ballpark, sure.
Do you remember, though, do you remember which wrong answer made you most mad?
Good question. I guess when I missed a question about the Babe Ruth category, they asked about what player leadership position he had, and I just spat out manager, and I should have known he was never a manager. I'm very familiar with his career, but it was captain instead. Makes a lot more sense, but you got to put everything past you and just move on.
Short-term memory. I respect that a lot. Was there plenty of answers you clicked the button and you knew that you would just be able to figure it out by the time allotted to you, or did you know the answer while you were clicking the button?
I tried not to do that. It was, in my mind, if I couldn't figure it out in the time it takes them to read the question, there's a decent chance I'm not going to figure it out in the next 5 seconds. Now, they do have sometimes a really quick clue that takes a few seconds to puzzle out, and I think maybe once or twice I buzzed in on those on spec, but it was not a normal part of my strategy.
I assumed everybody did that.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Because normally, the ones that I get right, I normally don't get right until the end of said allotted time. So in my head, I would assume people would just be like, "Yeah, I can figure what is fuck." I honestly thought that's the way it was, and apparently it wasn't. It's good for you, James. You really took over the world there for a while. And
Go ahead. The end of the allotted time. In other words, after the contestant has given the response. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, James. That is exactly what I'm saying. Hey, what is your most fond thing about Jeopardy now that you've done it? Like from being a fan to doing it, and you're like, they say never meet your idols, but getting to experience your favorite show. Like, what was the thing you were like, you know what, that was awesome that they did that?
I think one thing I really like is that the producers encourage you to inject a little of your personality into it. Now, I will say, I had about 10 discussions with the lawyers on set about how, just pushing an imaginary stack of chips into the middle of the table does not actually mean I'm committing to betting all my money or waving my hand and saying, you know what to do is not legally sufficient. We had a lot of talks. Oh, they didn't like me singing song lyrics either because apparently they have to pay royalties if I do that. We had talks about that. I don't know if you know this. There's now a rule that you're not allowed to say hi to anyone in your Final Jeopardy response. That's also known as the James rule.
Yeah, nice.
I was wondering because you say you give your answer, what is, and then you do it, and then in parentheses, hi. I was like, I'm surprised none of the sticklers were like, well, that's not the right answer. I'm surprised you didn't get called out for that earlier. I'm happy that they didn't make a problem. They just adjusted. That's good news.
I also had a run of 3 episodes where I started drawing some pro sports team logos into my name, and they didn't have a problem with it because they didn't understand what was going on. But when I brought it to their attention, they immediately made a rule that was not allowed anymore.
2 rules. This fucking guy. Can we get some categories this guy can lose in? Oh, that's awesome. Will you keep in contact with anybody from Jeopardy?
Our run just ended. They've certainly been in contact with me a lot about various stuff, media opportunities, making sure that I'm keeping the lid on everything, things like that. I don't know how it's going to be going forward. You're not supposed to have too public of a relationship with anyone who works at the show because the quiz show scandals back in the day, everything has to appear above board now. But they're very good people. I wish I could be friends with them offset, but I don't think it's possible.
Well, especially before that Tournament of Champions, we got to go in there and saw down those other 2 nerds, James. Go in there and murder that thing. Yeah. Champion of all champions means a lot. You didn't get bored, huh? A lot of people were speculating you got bored with it.
No, first of all, the money is just too good to possibly turn down. But no, it's a game. It's a fun time. Even if you look like you're not having fun up there, the producers come out and pep you up. They're very good. It's making sure everyone has a good time up there.
All right, good. That's good news. Well, I can't wait to watch you win the Champions Tournament. Beat the hell out of that one guy in Ken. What's his name? Brad?
Brad Rudder.
Where is he dead? Is he alive?
Yeah, he lives in L.A.
How come
he's alive?
How come this guy's never talked about?
I wonder. I wonder if it must be hard for him to hear Ken's name in the media all the time. So he played back in the days when you could only win 5 episodes and then you got retired. And he has won the tournaments, but I don't think he was ever appointment television the way Ken was. So maybe his name just never became as big a deal that way.
The Rudder, dog. I'm with him. All right, James, I can't thank you enough for making time for us. You're a very busy and important human being. I appreciate what you did for my life there for those 32 wins. I think the world does as well. And I can't wait to see what you do next.
Oh, thank you. Next time, try to challenge me to a less messy cancer charity event, please.
Hey, look at you taking a stand there, or a seat, I guess, for pediatric.
Yeah, I challenged Ken Jennings to crack an egg. He hasn't done it yet, so.
Wow. And that's why Jeopardy James is America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
That is why, right there. Because you're smarter than everybody, nicer than everybody, and your wife seemed to enjoy cracking that egg over your head very, very much.
Very much.
Oh my God, yeah. You know what's funny is that she actually thought, "Oh, this is too messy of a thing. I don't want it done in my house." And then it kind of gradually dawned on her, "Wait a minute, I could be the one smashing this egg."
That's the hashtag Crack Cancer Challenge that's going around right now to raise funds and awareness for pediatric cancer, I believe through Willie's Foundation or Willie's Fund in Connecticut, which is awesome. James participated in it with his genius wife that we have learned was on
Millionaire,
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Is that right, James?
Yes, that's right.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So you two just do trivia stuff to each other at the house, like who's is she? Like, how does this work now? Because she had the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire run there. You were on the chase, you did well, but nothing can compare to this Jeopardy stint. Is she going to be the next one to go on Jeopardy?
Oh my God, I can't tell you how quickly my wife is going to shut off all trivia game shows in the house for a while now that I'm done with Jeopardy.
All right, James, I appreciate you, man. Take care. Good luck with everything. Can't wait to see what you do next.
All right, thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Holzhauer. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Pat. It's a pleasure.
I was just taking. I just went to the bathroom to leak some.
Relieve yourself.
No, not friend stuff.
Oh, he took a dump.
Kid stuff or whatever.
Kid stuff.
No, not that either.
Oh, okay.
I just took a piss, man. But I was scrolling through the Twitter while doing so, and I saw again that Luke Combs shotgun. Mm-hmm. A little bit dramatic in the.
Couple of too many head knockbacks, you know. What I mean?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
But it felt like maybe. And now, granted, he might have been vacuuming that thing out of there, though. That's what I.
Yeah, like the hole wasn't quite big enough.
I've never seen that strategy before, where you like really get after it, but that disappeared quickly.
Yeah, it did.
And if he's just housing beers like that, and he still has that buttery voice, I'm very impressed.
Wasn't he a big boy?
Yeah,
He's large, man.
Oh, yeah.
He going 330.
Hey, by the way, that means nothing. That means nothing.
No judges here.
No, but I'm saying just because you're bigger doesn't mean you can chug faster. You know what I mean? That's a real talent. I like Luke Combs.
I feel like it should though. I feel like
It helps. You think?
No, just like as far as life goes, if you're that big, you might as well be able to chug beer as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're already there. Might as well add that. But there's some people that can't do it. There's some people that just cannot chug. I think Aaron Rodgers is probably one of those guys.
Yes.
I chug like Aaron. I can't chug.
I'm not
like
great
that.
at it. I can't put my throat up like that, like people, because you gotta be able to open it up and just dump it in. You know.
By the way,
Got those little bird lips.
bro, how about fucking Aaron Rodgers getting chug shamed and nobody goes to bat for this guy? He's just getting bullied by everybody, cyber bullied because he can't chug.
Well, I mean, it
Yeah,
was
but
not a good look.
He came out though and laid some.
Yeah, today he
Beer ain't his thing,
Good
bro.
line today.
Beer ain't his thing.
He said for Scotch, it's a different story, and good for them. Basically, some of those guys finally found something they're better than me at. That is just sawing them down.
That's a shot right across the
And he
mouth.
gave a smile to the camera too immediately after saying it. I love it. I love whenever that type of stuff happens. I love whenever superstars look like humans. So when they're chugging beers, they look like humans. Mahomes chugging beers, Josh Allen chugging beers, Mitchell Trubisky, Stafford, the whole thing. I like that a lot when the superstars look like humans. But I think we're in that era now where you learn a lot more about people than you would have in the past. Like, I don't think Joe Namath's life, if it was being documented publicly, wouldn't be one that would be loved by everybody. I mean, if Joe Namath was around in this era right now, he'd be hated by all the sports talk people who love him now. Yeah. They would hate him completely, but he would have been an entertaining figure. I like that we're in the era we're in. But Aaron Rodgers doesn't deserve to get chug shamed. I don't like that at all.
I agree.
I don't like it because there's a lot of people out there that were judging him. That can't chug for shit.
True.
Can't chug for shit.
I just think I was taken back when I saw how truly bad he was. Yeah. Like, you would just expect a guy like that to be able to do everything.
That is true. I just assumed he was good at it.
Yeah.
I don't
would
think
be
he
naturally
drinks
good
beer.
at
Yeah,
it.
he's
And that was wrong on my part.
On this show,
I don't drink beer either, but I could definitely chug better than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, take that, Aaron.
Really?
Yes, 1,000%.
I don't think we saw Aaron Rodgers chug. I think he was just taking a drink.
I think he was kind of half-assing it.
Yeah,
I
you
really
gave a little
do.
toast
Well,
at the
I
end.
actually said I thought he was trying to make Bakhtiari
Yeah.
look better
Right.
because their offensive line get no shine, which he alluded to in his interview today. I think that was potentially what he was doing, but I like the fact that I think everybody should be giving the old chug a shot because it's just like I said in the last show, the chug is a beautiful thing. The chug is a people unifier, a people pleaser. It is something that is making its rounds. NFL Live on ESPN had a chug off between old Shefty and Orlovsky, two friends of the show.
Chocolate milk.
Is that what they did?
Yeah, chocolate milk.
They chugged chocolate milk.
Yes.
It's thick.
Oh,
That's
Zito.
not easy to do.
I can do that easily.
Depending on how much
Zito.
it is.
I drink chocolate milk every day.
Shefty, not great.
Well, I mean, see, but here's the thing. Just like what you guys were saying, would we expect Shefty to chug chocolate milk?
No.
Probably not. Orlovsky didn't do bad.
No, he
No, he
crushed it.
didn't.
Orlovsky didn't do bad at all. He's
Number-
kind of settling into his ESPN role, by the
He
way.
is. Looks pretty good, too. The
Yeah,
hair
like
is
you said,
looking
good,
good.
Quite a little
good
glow
fits.
up
Yeah, he's good.
for
Good
Dan.
fits.
It is, right?
Good fit.
I remember just the other day we were talking about this. Old Dan Orlovsky used to put out the most boring teach tape in the history of social media. Whenever he first got into social media, his brain was so good because he's been around the NFL for so long, in quarterback rooms, around some of the greatest quarterbacks of all time and offensive coordinators of all time. So he knows the game better than most. And he would start doing these social media Twitter breakdowns, and I'd be watching them, and I'd catch myself in the middle of them, like watching, like, oh, I feel like I just learned something there. And then I'd start listening to him, I'm like, Jesus Christ, Dan. Just a little inflection somewhere. Just a little. It was like Ben Stein there at the beginning, and then he just started working his craft, I think. And then he started working his craft. He gets ESPN. I think he's really found a flow in there. I like old Orlovsky.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He's smart. He has studied under some of the greatest quarterbacks, like you said, and then learning from them, and he can articulate it. And he's a good-looking guy too.
He's a good-looking guy. He can articulate it better now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I yelled at him the first time he came on the show. I was like, Dan, I'm learning so much from your fucking videos, but they put me to sleep the entire time. Do you not think this could be a lot better? And now they give him literally a fucking telestrator on the screen on ESPN for like 10 minutes. Like, hey, Dan, just do whatever you got to do. And he crushes it.
That was coming from a place of love, though, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you've known him.
Yeah, I'm a big fan
You
of
knew
Dan
he was
Orlovsky.
better than that.
Hey, Dan, wake the fuck up.
Same with when you talk to Caliendo and then Clayton Anderson. You know,
Look
you're
at us. Just trying to help, man.
When
Tough
you know
love.
people, yeah.
Hey, listen, guys, you could probably make it somewhere, okay? I'm only going to be on the underground streets probably for a while here. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a lesson that I feel like I've learned from watching. You don't have to take it, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like that is something.
It's a buffet, Pat. If you want to take it, if you don't, move on.
Just move on.
you know,
Just go to, if you don't want a salad,
go
don't
on.
get a fucking salad.
No,
Get the French fries.
get your fried shrimp and get out of here.
I like a good fried shrimp. though.
Oh, scrims.
Hey, when you see those on like Golden Corral,
yeah.
Corral buffet,
Golden
boy,
Corral.
wow. It has everything.
Have you seen their most recent commercial?
No.
They know who they're advertising to.
Why?
There
Oh,
was
jeez.
no one on that commercial under 300.
Yeah,
I've never been.
If you've been to
It's
Golden Corral,
so good.
it's
so
off of-
underestimated.
Golden Corral's
People
fucking
talk
delicious.
shit on it all the time.
So
It's
good.
So fucking
It is.
good.
It is a 5-star, 6 different restaurants.
Well,
Breakfast,
hold it a minute.
lunch,
Is it
or
better than-
dinner. It
There's
doesn't matter. They're
wings,
all
there's-
good.
there's-
I've
check-
also never been.
Oh, it's
Is
incredible.
it like Hosses?
It's better than Hosses.
It ain't better than Hosses.
It's better than
Like
Hosses.
Ponderosa?
It's better than Ponderosa.
Yeah, better than
We-
Ponderosa.
Golden Corral
on 38th Street.
on any street.
There's more than one Hosses.
That's the only one I've been to, and don't go back there.
Golden
I
Corral,
need a shower walking
Third-
out of there.
38th
But
Street.
the food was good.
Is that the one with the fucking shop of old things in the front?
38th Street is a pretty rough area
Little
here
bit,
in
little bit.
Indianapolis. Let's, Jesus
Is it?
Christ, Gorman.
Well, I'm just saying it wasn't the cleanliest place. I mean, they had a fucking buckets of food everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
a buffet.
Golden Corral.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying.
of food,
But I had a fucking slug that was going on the floor next to me over there. A centipede.
You ain't seen a slug.
You did not see a
centipede thing. Yes, when I was there. I was like,
Thousand
you know
legger?
what?
A thousand legger?
No, about 9.
Well, that ain't a centipede.
May have been a
You
spider.
saw a spider.
I'm
With
just
one
saying,
extra leg.
I'm just saying. I'm
With a
here.
tail. I saw a spider with a tail.
I'm going to eat because I'm not going to leave hungry, and I'm probably not going back
You
to
started
this Golden Corral. That's all I'm saying.
Man, I'm telling you though, the
And
food
you
was
said you
good.
went there, and I'm like, Pat, if you've been to the 38th Street one, you're not just fucking doing backflips over that place.
I don't know. There was one in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, okay. I take
that was like right there.
Take me home.
And it was perfect. I mean, it was everything you could ask for. And you go for that brunch time. Your first meal, you go biscuits and gravy with some eggs. You do the whole thing. French toast, maybe they probably whatever looks the best. I'm a waffle French toast guy. I've become, by the way. I've realized.
Big waffle guy.
Love waffles.
I like waffles as well, but I think I'm more of a French toast guy than a waffle guy.
Yeah.
Like, for
Really?
instance, we were at a diner this weekend, and it said, our special today only waffles.
Ah.
So I got the French toast because if they were that good, they would serve them the other fucking
Attaboy.
6 days.
Every day.
Attaboy. Point thinking.
French toast too
Exactly
eggy.
right.
A little too eggy for me.
Really?
See, I like
it.
I like that. But it's got to be I don't mind a little crisp on the outside, with a little soft on the inside, like a little cake, you know what I mean?
I'm strong in these stats. I feel that any person that leaves a buffet like a Golden Corral, 6 out of 10 people that leave say the same thing when they're walking to their car, which is
That was
so
delicious.
Yeah.
I want to throw up.
I want to go
Thank you.
home and
Thank you.
fucking nap.
Yeah, well,
What
then
are you
you're a
talking
fucking
about, dude?
glutton.
no. When you
I mean,
leave, that's what I'm
be
talking
able to
about.
handle the buffet.
I threw up
Sort of
one
go.
time outside of a CC's pizza buffet.
Me too, yeah. I think that's something you got to do.
done CC's right until you've thrown up outside.
Yeah,
of it.
Golden Corral, you're definitely.
You can throw
no,
up
just a
inside
buffet in
CC's.
general.
They don't care.
I also threw up outside of Buffalo Wild Wings multiple
That's what I'm
times. too.
saying, man. Whenever you're an eater, you're an eater.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, I tried to go to Golden Corral. They opened one up in the town over next to us when we were growing up in Monroeville. And I vividly remember driving with my dad. I looked at my dad and said, "Hey, Dad, we should go to Golden Corral." And he looked at me with just the most disappointed look
That's
and
what
was
I'm
like,
saying.
"Nick, that's where the poors go eat."
Such a bad rap.
But I was like, "Dad, we're kind of poor. Like, we should eat there."
that's
It
a
costs
bad.
like $40 to get in there.
is it not
No,
the one with the
it doesn't.
antique shop in the front?
That's
No,
Cracker
Cracker
Barrel.
Oh,
All
dude,
right.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
no one answered me the first time.
Best.
It was a dumb
Whenever I get a
question.
hotel and go somewhere, I always look for one that's right across the street from a Golden Corral or a Shoney's.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that's where I'm going to have breakfast.
That's the old.
Is that really?
It's the best breakfast buffet, dude.
There's
It's
no
so
way.
good. It's
There's
so
no
good.
way that's how you select your
fuck
hotel.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Shoney's a down south thing, right? Is Shoney's like a
Yeah,
down south
I
thing?
don't think it goes much farther
I've never
than
even heard of
I've been to like in
Indianapolis.
Florida.
I don't think I've been to a Shoney's.
Yeah.
But I respect your Golden Corral Scout.
Cracker Barrel, though, we're not talking enough about it.
It's bland tasting.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like
just
much.
feels old in there.
But
Really?
I'll play,
Overrated.
Is it?
I will play the shit out of the checkers out front though
Oh, yeah.
and run it back on whoever.
How about
wants it.
that triangle with
Yeah,
the tees?
I've never
Peg in the
got.
whole
I've
game,
never
yeah.
won it. Never won
Oh,
it.
Chinese checkers?
Nah, I think you're off.
They have those
I'm
too.
a big
yeah.
Chinese checkers guy.
That's the one with the diamonds,
Oh
like
yeah,
the triangles.
Yeah,
on
you
it.
could anybody can from any direction can get it.
Yeah, the T box game with the triangle, the T. I've never got that thing. I don't even know how.
I've
you
never
do it.
been to a Cracker Barrel that had the correct number of T's in that game.
That's a good point.
It's usually short like 3.
I love when they say there's going to be a 10-minute wait. Then I just go load up in the general store just with anything and everything, and I leave.
Conway Twitty.
Yeah, I leave with I leave with taffy. One time I left with a rocking chair.
Yep, I got one of those.
You know what I mean? Just buy it up until they sit you.
I
never
do
knew if
like
you went and bought
taffy.
those.
Have you ever walked out of a place the food was so bad?
No, I can't. I feel so bad. I've left a
bad.
note on the receipt. I think I've told this before. I've given a tip that was a good tip. It was at least 30% tip. I normally give like 50% to 100% tips. It's just kind of, I feel obligated to do so because I've been very lucky to be overpaid for kicking balls for a long time. So I feel obligated to do it. If I go like 30% though, I'll write an entire letter on that fucking thing, letting them know why they're only getting 30%. And if they showed any effort or talent at all in serving food, probably would have upped this tip by this amount of money, this whole thing. I'll do that. I've never walked
Here's
out.
the funny part: is they see a 30% tip, and then they see the message, and they're like, "Why did he give me such a big tip?" If he was not happy with his food.
Well, normally in the message, I let them know that they should find something
Yeah.
else. Like, you should go try and do something else. Like, this is obviously not for you. I tried to play music when I was a kid. I sucked at it. I had to quit it. This type of thing is for you, I think. Now is the time for you to move forward and be past this whole operation. You've walked out of a
I
meal.
did it once. I paid. I put money down, but it was like way before the waitress came. It was a Hokkaido seafood buffet, and it was so bad. I was turning like
Those are normally
blue,
good.
and yeah, that's what I thought. And I was disgusted at how bad the food was. I put a 20 on the table, walked out.
What'd you order?
It's a buffet.
IHOP?
IHOP. Goodbye.
What?
You don't like IHOP?
No, there's a real
Now we're
problem.
gonna have
No,
an issue.
hold on now.
What do you hate, Waffle House
Oh,
too?
no. I'll go to a Waffle House. I'm talking about an IHOP. I have literally waited because anytime I go to an IHOP, it'll be either at breakfast time or at dinner time, and I always get dinner
one's
for
going to
breakfast.
dinner.
Well, by the way,
I get
just
breakfast
by
for
the way,
dinner.
There's only one other time.
Okay, I'm with you. But the food, 45 to an hour till it gets to your table.
No
Sensible.
way.
Yeah, every time. So
At an IHOP?
I
mean,
boycotted
every
the
time.
IHOP. Yeah.
You were at a.
That was our first
I have.
meal.
I've
after we
had
waited.
bad experience in Indy
Yeah,
and
5-star weight loss challenge is
Yeah.
the first place we all wanted to eat.
And they got the food there in 15
Came
minutes.
You
out
know why,
damn
though?
quick.
Oh, right next to the hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, because we picked the hotel because it had,
Thanks, Pat.
God, did you see Todd's mouth watering the night before
Oh,
weigh-in?
me
It's like
too,
I'm
though.
fucking sprinting over there after us.
Hey, they were like shooting the smell from the kitchen
I
too,
know.
right into our hotel. It felt like. I like Bob Evans.
Oh,
Down on the floor.
Yep,
Yeah, I'll
it's very
fuck
good food.
Hey, best crepes. You
thanks.
want a good
Been there.
crepe? You go to Bob Evans.
I've never ordered a crepe.
Oh,
I have never ordered a crepe in
Really?
my life.
it's a thin pancake.
It's really thin.
If you get a good one, they're really good.
They are.
Say I love crepes.
I love crepes. Crepe?
Go ahead and break it, Pepe Le Pew.
Just go ahead. Oh, I'm saying it. Just go ahead and break it. What movie is that from?
Ricky Bobby.
Oh, Zeno, Talladega
Talladega
Nights.
Nights.
There we go. Now we're talking. Look at you. That's what you learned in college.
Shake and bake.
That's right.
that a boys eat.
Anytime.
I like Bob Evans, though. I get down with Bob Evans.
You a breakfast or dinner guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crepes, though. Doesn't he come loaded with a bunch of shit on top of it?
Yeah, jelly,
Depends. It
jam.
depends. Oh, it depends on what kind you
it's
get.
not.
Nutella?
Get fresh fruit in there.
Yeah, you get a nice strawberry crepe with some
You know what
fucking.
I do? You wrap it like a taco?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so you eat crepes like tacos?
Usually
it
with a
depends
fork.
on. Yeah. Normally fork and knife because they're a little flimsy.
Sticky.
Flimsy
I
and
don't
sticky.
eat my tacos with a fork.
What do you call
They
it?
got like powdered sugar and
yeah.
stuff like that on
A
it.
tell you
crepe
what,
is
syrup.
almost like if you flattened out
A
a
pancake.
piece of French toast because it has that
Kind of.
egg in it.
It's a
Really?
it's a dessert
Yeah.
breakfast.
Isn't it
really.
a crepe?
Very sweet.
Crepe.
It's a crepe.
Crepe.
Well, it depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
I've only heard it as crepe. It's
No, that's because you go to class.
You probably say fucking.
You're uncultured swine.
If I
Probably
assume
say
if you're
hero,
in
too.
France, it's you want that crepe?
crepe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What a crepe.
No, somebody do some research on
If you,
this.
I guarantee if you go
It's
to
a crepe.
France and you say I would like a crepe,
Which
they're
I've
gonna be
done.
Like, you would
yeah,
like a
that's
crepe?
I'm sorry, I have. I've had
You want
crepes
a
in France.
crepe?
Yeah, I bet you have. You've had crepes in France.
Wait for the creme.
Crepes.
We say
Crepes?
crepe, yes.
Hard
but I don't think it's right.
Yeah, those two are wrong. Those two things are wrong.
Not crepe.
Oh, wait.
Say it.
Say.
Come on, Siri. Thank you. Apologize times 5 right
I mean,
now.
that dude sounds American.
Apologize.
Oh, that's
times
actually
5.
not how to say it. Oh, that's actually on me. I searched not how to say it.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Shocker.
on me. That's
Why
on me,
would you
guys.
How would you?
That's a lie. That's a thing. That's a zero lie.
That's a zero.
It literally just happened right on our
You just
head.
got ZL'd. I just named it.
Zito lied. Is that what
Hey,
you
see you
named
guys
it?
later.
You just got ZH'd.
Good kid, that kid. Other than the lies, good kid.
I'm telling you, Gorman, it was because every time I was around him, he was always like in the beginning, obviously happy, excited, talking, willing to do whatever. And then you leave him, man, I fucking love that guy. Nick's like, yeah, good guy.
Yeah, except.
You just lie all the time. He lies about everything. I was like, oh my God, it's hysterical. We interrupt this incredible conversation for a reading by Zito. Zito, I'll let the people know that when we read ads, it's at the end of the day. So some people already head home. Some people are doing their thing. You're currently streaming on Twitch, I believe.
Yes.
Twitch.tv/.
The Pat McAfee Show.
So it never ends with you because you're always working, always grinding.
Yes, sir.
But for me, it's been a long day. And I don't think there's any better way to end it than for you to showcase your flawless reading abilities and sell the shit out of a company. So, ladies and gentlemen, a reading by Zito.
Thank you, Pat. You know those times when every day feels the same?
Yeah.
Like you're on autopilot.
Yeah.
How you're so caught up in your routine that you forget to take care of yourself?
Yeah.
Well, Dollar Shave Club makes it easy to take care of yourself when that happens.
Really?
Their quality products help me look, feel, and smell my best.
Great inflection.
Thank you. I get everything I need from Dollar Shave Club without going to the store.
Are you kidding me?
I've been a Dollar Shave Club member for years. Oh, dang, I used the wrong one. I'm going to tell you right now, I've been using... I don't like how they use a different color. It's black and white, and they use a different color, so I don't know what I should read here.
Black and white with a shade of gray, man. Don't worry about it. Just keep it going.
All right, I'm going to talk about the experiences I've used with the executive razor, the shave butter, the face cleanser, and why I love them so much.
All right, tell me why, Zito.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've never had a smoother shave with my executive razor. And that shave butter, I'm going to tell you right now, so good.
Tell me.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
So smooth after my shave.
And isn't it really nice, the shave butter, too? It's see-through, so you can shave and you see where you're going. It's
I'm
Dr.
surprised you haven't
Carver's.
noticed. Yeah, I've been shaving now.
Yeah, lined up.
I'm lined up now. I'm not messing up and going crisscross.
You do that every morning with your...
My executive razor.
And that thing has a little bit of durability to it, a little bit of weight to it, so it feels good.
Goes right through it. And as amazing as their shave stuff is, Dollar Shave Club is way more than just razors.
That's what you've been saying.
I have said that a couple times. They have everything I use: body wash, shampoo, toothpaste.
You use that stuff?
Oh, yeah. Nightly. Not morning, but nightly.
Really?
I'm a night shower guy.
Oh, okay. That's
Everyone
good for
knows
us that has to work for you, with you.
I toothpaste in the morning, though.
Do you?
I do. Actually, I didn't do this morning. But let me tell you something more. You name it, they have it, and I use it. Dollar Shave Club has spent years developing, crafting, and refining their product. They're so much better than anything I've ever used before. Trust me on that.
Okay, I will.
I'm going to call some action here.
Yeah, you are.
And right now, you can get a Dollar Shave Club starter set just for $5. It comes with everything you need for a great shave. The executive razor, shave butter, and that face cleanser. You're going to love it as much as I do. Trust me on that. Get your starter set for just $5 at dollarshaveclub.com/America. dollarshaveclub.com/America. I think I got a 10 out of 10 on that one.
I think you think wrong, but like that's neither here nor there. I think you were passionate about it because you have been using the executive razor, and your beard line looks incredible.
Yep.
The Dr. Carver shave butter that you can see through, so you can shave the line, is also very
It's like
nice.
a heat-seeking missile.
And they send it to your house whenever you're about to run out of something. They replenish you. I mean, it takes the convenience all the way up, and your bathroom. You look, feel, and smell your absolute best. And Zito, I don't think there's ever been a truer statement said about anybody other than you than
Thank you.
look,
That means a lot.
feel, and smell your absolute best.
Thank you.
Do we have anything for feet in Dollar Shave Club? Do they send anything for feet?
Nothing yet. Maybe the body wash would probably help out with that, but other than that,
You're a
though,
night shower guy.
I'm a night shower guy. I should become a morning shower guy.
$5 for the starter set?
$5 only.
That's almost $0.
Basically. Plus 5.
Exactly. They're giving this shit away.
They're just giving it away.
People need to sign up at
dollarshaveclub.com/America.
Is that a / or a backslash?
Oh, they actually don't say there, but I'm going to go ahead and say it just says /.
So
Try both.
probably / Probably /
Yeah,
Now-
that is dollarshaveclub.com/America.
Really good job, Zito.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hey, come on.
hey.
Come on. Hey, oh! Thanks, guys. Can I go back to the Twitch stream?
Yeah. We got to get back to the conversation, too. NBA Finals are really heating up, aren't they, boys?
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah.
The way those guys shoot the ball into the hoop is just electrifying.
Impressive.
Swish. And that was how I beat Shaq. Cities are really rallying. I mean, it's getting crazy right now. All of Canada is pulling hard for Toronto. And it seems like they have a real chance, especially with all these injuries happening to Golden State. But my question is this. Kevin Durant,
Yes.
Klay Thompson, probably,
Looney.
Steve Kerr, still there, I think.
Yeah, he's
Bad back.
Yep.
He has a bad back midseason normally.
Yeah.
Now he's back. Is that Golden State team?
Good pun.
See that? If that Golden State team wins with all those people out, is Toronto still excited about potentially coming back and making a play here? I don't think it's even possible. If you can't beat him like this, what Steph Curry had, a fever or something like that? Clay was hurt. KD was out. Iguodala was hot. That's all Iguodala does. But that's got to be like, I mean, that has to take some out of you, especially when you got to play him again and again. In football, you have one game, right? So if you lose to a team that has a couple hurt players, like you don't have to sit with it for the next week or the next game. This one, it's got to be like demoralizing. Be like, we just fucking lost to literally their preseason team.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't win tonight, aka last night.
Yeah, there you go.
When Clay is most likely out, KD out, like you just said, and you really only have to. Well, I say you only have to worry about Steph, but then I forget about they still have Draymond and they still have Boogie Cousins
and Iguodala
and fucking Sean Livingston. Yep. Like they still have a decent team, but like this is the night to do it. If you don't do it tonight, and then you have to play Game 4 in Oakland as well. I mean, and you're down 2-1. If I am a Toronto Raptors fan, I don't have much.
Okay, so I have a question. Steph Curry hit 21 straight threes the other day in Oracle Arena there, demolishing the Foxy challenge of 19 straight.
Respect.
Will he shoot 100 times with Klay Thompson out, or is this just going to be he's going to be getting double teamed? It's going to be hard to get him the rock.
200 times.
I would, if I was him. But
pull up from half court, Steph.
Go ahead, man. It's what you do.
Just do it. I loved what happened between him and Kevin Love, by the way. He put a tweet out back from the 2016 Finals Game 7, under a minute. He tried to go around Kevin Love, but he just kind of lazy did it and put up a shot, and he missed it. They end up losing. Cavaliers win. He said, what I should have done is just go right around Kevin Love easily for a 2-point shot. And Kevin Love responded with a great tweet. He said, easily, which I love. Kevin Love having a little self-awareness, being like, absolutely, you could have just shook the shit out of me. Or it's the other way around. A lot of people saying that like he was talking shit, like he was mad about it.
I think he was.
You think he was?
Oh, for sure. Dude, Kevin Love's a great defender, and he was D'ing him up on that play. I don't think he thinks that Steph gets by.
He also seems like a very
he gets triggered
guy.
Yeah. No, he gets triggered online.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't know. It's been a couple of years, though, since he's been triggered online. I think he's past that.
Oh, you think he's mature?
Especially since he didn't play at all, really, this season.
That's
and
what
no
I'm
one
saying.
knew.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just know he used to, at least.
You know.
Oh, you're saying that history says that Kevin Love was real life triggered.
Yeah, I think his buttons get pushed pretty easily.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, K-Love?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because he got mad at
Oh, wait, he was at the Minnesota, right?
Yeah. That was when he was fat, Caleb.
So he came out of
That's
UCLA,
great.
right?
That was great, Caleb.
Came out of UCLA as a rebounding machine, like
Yeah.
a board machine. This guy's going to get 20-plus rebounds a
Double
night.
machine.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Minnesota, and then he ends up going to
Cleveland.
And they kind of pushed him out of Minnesota, right? Wasn't it kind of like one of those situations?
He wanted out because he was tired of just dominating and have no one to play with.
Okay, so he wanted out. So my fault. They didn't push him out. He kind of forced his way out of there. He goes to Cleveland, wins a couple games, but I do remember him getting a little salty about shit that was happening on the internet.
It was
a dance.
It was the dancing one. It was
The only white kid in the thing.
correct.
Yeah.
and they said this is Kevin Love, and he did not get happy. He was not happy about it.
Well, he said he got primo box or something. Like that's his actual tweet, right? He
Yeah.
said he got primo with the emoji of box. And I don't think he was getting triggered by that. I thought it was kind of funny. What if he's just been misunderstood this entire time?
Maybe.
What if K-Love is actually a hilarious human?
I think he is, yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
he looks like he'd be a hilarious human.
I mean, I remember seeing him reply
not in
to
a bad way, I mean.
some tweets with like a picture of his championship ring.
Love
and like
it.
yeah. So maybe it is.
So
just,
what instead of viewing it as a being triggered, view it as like a being hilarious. I think we got a whole new Kalo all of a sudden. A whole new Kalo. I mean, what if we just change his entire PR image right there? Because I do believe a lot of people think he's like a crybaby almost. Kind of like a Kevin Durant thing where people think Kevin Durant's like that.
Oh,
on the
I
internet.
think he definitely is. Kevin definitely seems like it.
Which Kevin?
Durant.
I agree with that, though, 100%.
I don't think so.
I don't think Caleb got enough credit with the Cavs.
I don't think so either.
No, he definitely didn't.
Yeah, you're right.
He definitely did not.
Because he was making plays for them out there. He was an
Absolutely.
athlete. And the only thing is he got cold there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Remember, he got real cold. Because he was a three-point shooter, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's the because he
developed
played
into
with
that.
LeBron, he had to basically just stick with shooting baseline threes. Like he used
Yeah.
to bang in the paint, and I mean that's
Then he got cold, and there was starting to be a narrative like, well, if LeBron had any help or like Kevin Love was paid this amount of money, he's an all-star, he's supposed to do. I think he kind of got buried in that whole thing whenever he got cold. Three-point shooter, by the way, next shot's your best shot. You just got to keep throwing them up there until they start
Short-term
falling.
memory.
We know that. We know that.
That's what we do.
I don't personally, but you know that.
Yeah, that's what we do. No, we do that in here all the time. We are 3-point shooters in here. We come in here and just put up our shots.
That's it.
And every once in a while you're going to miss them, but every once in a while you're going to get pretty hot.
Which Steph should do tonight.
Steph's going to put up a lot of shots, man.
I mean, they ran a box and one on him the end of last game, which
I love
all
box
the
and one.
all the NBA experts are being like, if they try that again and you have time to prepare for that in the NBA, you're going to get torched.
Right.
So, but I'm sure they'll double team the entire game.
That very nice looking, odd looking coach of the Raptors ain't going to do it again. He knows.
Nick
Nurse, yeah.
Nick Nurse knows that you can't just have that be sitting in
he
the
knows.
film room for a couple of days. They know what they're going to do. Steve Kerr's going to outwit them. You know what I mean? I mean, just after the conversation we had with Matt Patricia last week, he very much views every game as a chess match. You know what I mean? With the other coach, the other offense coordinator, their quarterback. You could tell that because he was like, whenever he makes decisions, he thinks about literally what this person did today, what they've done their entire career, and what's potentially on the line for them if they make a decision. That's how he makes a decision. So it's very much like chess. I would assume the NBA coach is doing the same thing. Not that Spoelstra guy when I watch. He wouldn't do it. But I assume like the pretty good coaches are doing that. There's no way Kawhi stays in Toronto. What if he wins right here? Does he stay in Toronto?
Got to, yeah.
The entire country is on your back.
You got to.
I was-
he gets the most money there, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I don't. He doesn't strike me as a guy that necessarily cares that much about getting 30 more mil to stay in Toronto.
So much money.
Like,
So much.
50 million more.
I remember
right?
what.
Yeah.
I remember a year ago, and I'll say it, like I think a lot of us did. We called the Raptors idiots because they traded DeRozan for Kawhi, who you only were guaranteed a year. But I mean, does getting to the finals and possibly winning it pay off just for 1 year? Yeah, I think so. For sure.
What if I told you that Kawhi Leonard recently purchased property in Toronto?
And
Go
plus
ahead.
the Canadian
Chew on that
dollar's
one
worth
for a
more,
minute.
right?
They said 2 sources confirmed.
Chew on that, boys.
What, the property?
Yeah.
2 real estate agents?
2 different sources. They didn't say who, but I'm assuming somebody has
Real estate
access to
agent
that
and
kind of
property
stuff.
owner.
Yeah.
Said, oh yeah, fucking Kawhi's buying shit from us.
who gives a
But like maybe
shit?
he's
That
tired.
don't matter, Ty?
No.
I mean, Pat, as a professional athlete,
People
would you-
love Toronto, by the way.
Yeah. Would you
People
just be
love
tired of
the
fucking
Six.
moving from city to city year and year? I mean,
I don't
after
like
this,
moving.
This next one, it will be his. I'm sure he'll be there for 5 years because he'll get a max deal or whatever. But
Personally, I don't enjoy moving. I don't love it. When I was going up for contract, I was very open. I was like, well, I'm either going to get a deal with the Colts or I'm probably going to retire or at least take a break for a little bit because I didn't want to move. And I liked my connections and network I had here in Indianapolis. I had built up a good friend group, a good network business wise. I had a good situation going. So I don't know if that's how Kawhi is though, because he just got here a year ago.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why would he buy this property? He'd fall that in love with Toronto in 1 year that he's like, well, I always want to be able to come back.
People
to
say Toronto is the place.
Well, so
wanna
it
get
could
real
be
estate.
a vacation home.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a quiet guy too. I could see him just wanting to get away, like train up there. Maybe he's built a good relationship with because he's playing very good ball right now. I mean,
yeah,
he could
that guy that's sitting at the end, the owner, the car dealership owner guy.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name. He went viral. You get it who he is. I assume he wants to do business with Kawhi Leonard. I assume everybody in Toronto loves Kawhi Leonard for what he's brought to the city. I mean, if they win here, I don't know how you leave. I have no idea how you leave, especially as Kawhi, as a guy who's like a nice guy. He seems like he's a nice guy. He's a quiet guy. Doesn't want to get into drama. If you leave a city after bringing them a title and they can offer you $50 million more and you're beloved by that place, I think it's very tough to leave. I think that is very, very
Why
difficult.
can they offer him more money? Is that just the way the NBA contracts
yeah.
are structured?
Yeah.
Because okay.
so it gives the player incentive to stay with the team they are with.
But are the tax rates in Canada higher?
I assume the taxes are higher.
I think they are.
But I don't know how much it's going to crush you for $50 million. LA is probably pretty similar, I had to guess.
Yeah.
Crush you, yeah.
I would assume that it's
Because like
about the
the
same.
Clippers are his other rumored team, and so California taxes
Gotcha.
are fucking.
Imagine doing his taxes.
Pretty crazy.
He doesn't want to be in the Western Conference either. You dominate
Yeah,
the East, you stay
that's-
at the Raptors, and you go to the
He could probably
finals
recruit
again.
people to Toronto, by the
Exactly.
way. If he's there, he could probably recruit some people there. Maybe not like superstars, but I'm sure he can get 2-3 other good players to stay with him that he has now,
Yeah.
or bring in a couple other guys. I mean, that would be Russell Westbrook. What if they get Westbrook in a couple years up to Toronto?
It'd be incredible.
He could get Kemba next year, maybe.
That would also be incredible.
Kemba's still playing basketball good?
Still great at it.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he was so good that one March there for UConn.
Every March.
Oh my God, he was so good at basketball.
This year when Charlotte came into March, they won 12 in a row just because Kemba in March is absurd.
That'd be awesome to get him on a team that's good so I can see him again. He was a fun player to watch. He was
Not a lot of Charlotte Hornet games.
I don't think they play here in Indy.
No.
I don't think the Charlotte Hornets. Do they play on TV anywhere?
No,
They don't let him on. TV.
no. To
I
be
think
honest,
they're like
no.
the Flint Tropics.
Are they?
I didn't even know they were still a team.
Are they
I
in
swear.
the NBA?
I honestly thought there was a chance maybe they had to play for fourth place and stay in the league.
Well, because for a while they were the Bobcats.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
they switched back.
Oh shit!
And I'm sure their fan base is awesome. We probably have a lot of people that listen that are good for you. I'm just telling you, out here in America, we have never seen a single game of theirs. I have not seen, and I don't even know. Did any of them even make the All-Star game? Like I thought they had rules that every player from every team had to make it. I don't even think I saw a Hornets player at the All-Star game other than Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan owns the thing.
I assume Kemba made it.
Kemba made it.
Bad owner too, by the way. Yeah, I said it, Mike. I said it.
They were
Oh,
ninth.
he's listening.
They were ninth in the East this year. So
What are you, 8?
Almost.
Oh, you got to be 8 to make
Yep.
the playoffs. I would have seen them.
here's a this has been floating around NBA. They're thinking about doing for the last spot for the 8th seed in both conferences, doing an 8-team tournament at the end of the
Oh, I'm
season
all in.
to
Love
see who gets the 8th
Single
seed.
elimination?
Huh? Yes.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
That'd be awesome.
I loved it.
So it's not for the 8th seed. It'll be for the bubble seed, is what they'll call it. They won't call it.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not
yeah.
technically 8th. You're just the 8th because you're the 8th team in. It'll be a bubble. That's awesome. I love that. You got March Madness now. All of a sudden, do it just like March Madness too. Have games go through the day.
Yeah.
Have it knocked out. Oh, that's brilliant. They should do that.
And then it also gives the 1 through 7 seeds in each conference a little bit more rest, like 2 or 3 more days more rest before the actual playoffs start.
Hey, you earned it, boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's about it for the show. I think that was it. Yeah, feels good. Happy Thursday to you guys listening at home. Friday's right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
It really is. It's right there.
Oh, it is so
Right
close.
there.
We're just one day away.
Got a couple of announcements really quick. Sorry, Pat, coming out of left field, but happy birthday to my dad at 81 years of age today.
There you go, Barry.
And also,
Attaboy, Fair and Square
Fair and
Bear.
Square Laird, thanks for that. Happy birthday to him. And also Robert Kraft, 78 years old today. A
Oh,
very,
speaking
very
of the Patriots,
happy birthday.
Yesterday, so that was yesterday.
Well, yesterday it was?
Yeah.
I take
Yeah.
it back. My dad's birthday's today, not Bobby Kraft.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Oh, both of them was yesterday. Yeah. All right. I'm going to. I got Bobby.
Is Coach Lou Holtz here? Is Coach Lou Holtz here? Does he have anything to say?
Maybe you have a birthday message.
Well, what do you want? You want coach or the older analyst? There's two different guys.
Give me the older analyst. Hold on. Analyzing you attempting to give 2 birthday shout outs.
Hey, the older one? Yeah. In the studio one?
Yeah.
Hey,
Give me the older in the studio, Dr. Lou.
hey.
Can you have Brokehouse send it to fucking Lou Holtz?
Yeah, I can try that. And finally, this evening on NBC Nightly News, Tom Brokaw signing off. But before, let's go to South Bend, Indiana. We catch up with the good doctor, Louis Holtz. Hey, listen! Hey, listen! What? It's a hey, listen! What? Wait! Listen, this is a crib, not a crepe. It's a crepe in a crib. I don't like the IHOP. Hey, 3 things if you want a good breakfast at IHOP. Number 1, find a beautiful waitress. She's always smiling. She always give you the fresh food. Second thing is never order a crib because you don't know if it's a blood or a crib, and we don't want any gangs. But enough of the gang wars out there. I'm sick of these guys fighting. What the hell were we talking about? Hey, this.
Happy birthday, Fair and Square Laird, Robert Kraft. Big thanks to Lou Holtz. Brokow.
Broke cow.
And Jeopardy James for coming back. We appreciate you all so much.
Hey, real quick, though, before I leave this. Hey, this is a good show. Hey.
That's all right. Thanks, Coach. Actually, I'm sorry, Studio Lou. Have a great Thursday. Have an incredible weekend. Big thanks once again to the badasses that landed on the beaches in Normandy and saved the entire world. 75th anniversary. Go think of that today. And other than that, Ty Schmidt, hit the music.